Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Queen of Fertility 33, the real one, and I'm here with some more articles, okay? My dad picked these two for me, and he wanted me to do the U.S. immigration debates. Okay, y'all always hear about the immigration and the aliens. Now look here, they always say about them damn Mexican, my bad. They always say it's about Mexicans and Arabs and all this stuff. They already been here now, okay? They already been here. They never Mexico is in the city, okay? Mexico is not out of state, okay? You can ask the real president of Mexico, okay? They always been here, okay? They are legal, okay? Now, only way they talking about this, like, I'm gonna lose my story, for example, okay? I got married to Bin Laden against my will, okay? But I still got married to him against my will, though. I had kids by him, okay? My kids are legal. You know why? Because I'm legal. He's ain't legal though. He's not legal. So if he had another baby by somebody else that's not legal, the child is gonna be not legal. But if he take somebody against their will, marry them, have babies by this person, the kids are legal. Okay, they can I did have my kids by him. He would ship my kids to my grandma's house. Could that mean they can't be around me, whatever. So yes, that's what it also means, okay? But they do have to, like, for if you watch Cardi B interview, when you watch Cardi B interview about immigration and how she felt about it, it was actually that bodysuit. That's actually my bodysuit. That's actually me saying that, but that's also what it means too. Cause somebody else that was not legal, it don't matter. It don't matter if you Arab, Mexican. You can be black, white, yellow, whatever. You can be that. You can be them colors, and you are immigrant. Like the KKK, they go immigrants. The white supremacists, they go immigrants. Okay. And that's why they gotta put on people bodysuits to get into the United States. Okay. So now I'm finna read it. Okay. Immigration reform had eluded Congress for years, with border crossing at a record high. How are policymakers responding? Okay, summary. The United States is home to more foreign-born residents than any other country in the world. In 2021, immigrants composed almost 14% of the U.S. population. Congress had failed to agree on how to address immigration challenges, leaving many policy questions up to the courts and executive branch. President Joe Biden has reversed many of former President Donald Trump's resistance policies, even as he has struggled with historic influx of migrants. Now, look here, I'm not a Republican, okay, but Donald Trump, the reason why he said that, I'm going to build a wall, talking about them, okay? So let's begin. Introduction. Immigration had been a touchstone of the U.S. political debate for decades that policymakers had rated economic security and humanity concerns. Congress had been unable to reach an agreement for comprehensive immigration reform for years, effectively moving some major policy decisions to the executive and judicial branches of government and fueling debate in the House of State and multiple governments. President Donald Trump put the issue back at the center of public debate with his unprecedented efforts to curb immigration and reshape asylum policies. President Joe Biden pledged to reverse Trump's action and reform the system. He did not say that, okay? But the end of pandemic-related border restriction and a historic surge in migration have complicated his plan. Where is the immigrant population in the United States? Immigrants composed 13.6% of the U.S. population in 2021, or about 45 million people out of a total of more than 332 million according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Together, the Census Bureau would basically see how many people is still in the United States, okay? Together, immigrants and the U.S.-born children make up about 27% of U.S. inhabitants per the 2022 current population survey. See what I was telling y'all. See, I'm legal, okay? He's not, okay? So my kids that by him are U.S.-born citizens, okay? Number of immigrants living in the United States will reach 65 million by 2050. Through the share of population that is foreign-born has steadily risen since 1970, when there were fewer than 10 million immigrants in the country. Today's figure is still slightly below the record high of 14.8% in 1890. As of 2021, Mexico was the most common country of origin for U.S. immigrants, with Mexicans constituting 24% of the total immigrant population. Yeah, they do love Mexican though, but Mexicans already been here though. Other major countries of origin include India 6%, China 5%, and the Philippines 4%. All of them been here. Okay. Undocumented immigration. The undocumented population was estimated to be about 11 million people in 2019. Who I believe it. Most recent data is not yet available due to difficulty collecting information aimed at the COVID-19 pandemic. I mean, they were hiding. This total represents a slight decrease from the population's peak before the 2008 economic crisis (PDF), which led some migrants to return to their home countries and discouraged others from coming to the United States. In fiscal year 2022, Customs and Border Protection apprehended more than 2.3 million people trying to illegally cross the southern U.S. border, a record high. In 2013, almost all those trying to cross the U.S. Mexico border were Mexican citizens, and most were individuals seeking work. Between 2013 and 2021, most immigrants came from Asia, particularly China and India. Mexico has since regained its status as the top country of origin, and Central Americans have made an increasing large share of migrants at the southern U.S. border. Generally, they are coming out for work, but to make some claims, and many of them are unoccupied children. Some of the immigrants have difficult legal rights for Mexican national. Now they also legal too, but they kind of like they captured them, but not really though. Okay. Some of the immigrants had different legal rights for Mexican national in the United States. In the 2018 anti-human trafficking law, unoccupied minors from non-contiguous countries have a right to a hearing before being deported to their home countries. Yeah, those are not immigrants. Okay, I ain't fussing. I know. Okay, people that wear people bodysuits to get into the United States because they really America. They the immigrants. Okay, like come on now. The increase in Central American migration has strained the U.S. immigration system. At the end of FY 2022, there were 1.9 million cases pending in immigration court, and by mid-2020, that number had grown to more than 2 million, the most on record. Though many of the policies that aim to reduce unlawful immigration focus on enforcement at the border, individuals who arrive in the United States legally and overstay their visa, I mean their body, okay, comprise a significant portion of the undocumented population. A Center for Migration Studies report found that between 2013 and 2018, individuals who overstayed their visa far outnumbered those who arrived by crossing the border illegally. Legal immigration. The United States granted more than 7,400,000 individuals legal permanent residency in 2021, down from approximately 1 million 2 years prior. Over 60% of them was admitted on the basis of family reunification. Okay, you can even ask my brother, DJ Paul. My ex-husband, Bin Laden, was in his son's suit this whole time, living with them. Until we have to go back to his country, you know what I'm saying? Okay. That would also mean. Other categories included employment-based preferences, 20%, refugees, 5%, diversity, 2%, and asylum, 3%. In late 2022, more than 4 million applicants were on the State Department waiting list, PDF, for family and employer-related immigrants visas, nearly a third of whom was from Mexico. Hundreds of thousands of foreign nationals work legally in the United States under various types of non-immigrant visas. In 2022, the United States granted just about 206,000 visas for high-skilled workers, known as H-1B visas, and more than 29,000 visas for temporary workers in agriculture and other industries, or HTA visas. H-1B visas are capped at 85,000 per fiscal year, with exception for certain fields. Yeah, they can also do that too. When I was practically married to him, like, he was just, hey, I gotta come in, or else you ain't gonna get her back, type shit, you know. Immigrants made up 18.1% of the U.S. civilian workforce, PDF, in 2022, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, up from 17.4% this previous year. Compared to those born in the United States, greater shares of immigrants worked in service fields, 21.6% of all foreign-born people. So when they did the saying machine with kids, that means they got free, African Americans got. That's why I said I'm not for the African Americans because I can't get free like this. Period. But anyway, like them, okay. So they in that category. That's why I call them the aliens, okay? But the real aliens are called starseeds, not aliens, okay? Compared to those born in the United States, okay, population, production, transportation, and material movement, 15.2. Okay, some researchers estimate that pandemic-related border closure led to a loss of about 2 million work-age immigrants in 2021. How do Americans feel about immigration? A 2022 Gallup poll found that 70% of Americans surveyed consider immigration to be good for the United States, a 5% decrease from the year prior. At the same time, however, the majority felt that illegal immigration was a critical threat to U.S. national security. According to a separate poll conducted the same year by television network News Nation and Decision Desk HQ, a website reports election results, nearly 70% of voters surveyed supported a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants already living in the United States. How had Congress tried to address the issue? The last push for major immigration overhaul came in 2013, following a decade in which Congress debated numerous immigration reforms, some considered comprehensive, and other piecemeal. Comprehensive immigration reform refers to honorable legislation that attempts to address the following issues: demand for high and low skilled labor, the legal status of the millions of undocumented immigrants living in the country, border security, and interior enforcement. The last comprehensive, it's like a fucking hotel, like when they pick the families to live with, they like literally living good after they done kill like one of their family members and wearing them. Okay. The last comprehensive legislation that made through Congress was under President Ronald Reagan in 1986. It granted legal amnesty to some 3 million undocumented residents in 2007. President George W. Bush worked with Congress Democrats to reach a compromise on a new comprehensive bill, but it ultimately failed to win enough support in the Senate. President Barack Obama pressed hard for a comprehensive bill that would pave a path to legalization for undocumented residents with stronger border security provision. The Democrat-led Senate passed this legislation in 2013, but the bill stalled in the Republican-controlled House Representatives. What was Obama administration approach? With legalization through audit, Obama took several executive actions to provide temporary legal protection for undocumented immigrants. In 2012, his administration began a program known as DACA, or Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, which offered renewable 2-year deportation deferrals and work permits to undocumented immigrants who had arrived in the United States as children and had no criminal records. Obama characterized as the move as stopgap measure and urged Congress to pass the DREAM Act, or Development Relief and Education for Alien Minors. Legalization first introduced in 2001 that would have benefited many of the same people. Since then, more than 8,300,000 people have participated in DACA, and it's estimated that almost 1.2 million more were liable as of 2022. Obama attempted to extend similar benefits to undocumented parents of U.S. citizens and permanent residents through a program known as Deferred Action for Parents of Americans, the APA. But the Supreme Court eventually killed it in 2016. 2014, Obama also grappled with a surge of more than 60,000 unaccompanied minors at the southern border, mostly from Central America. He directed $750 million in aid to the region to improve conditions here. Meanwhile, his administration faced criticism from its enforcement policies, including detaining children in poor conditions and overseeing the deportation of more people, possibly 3 million, than either the Bill Clinton or George W. Bush administration had. Okay. How did the COVID-19 pandemic alter immigration policies? The Trump administration further restricted immigration aimed at the pandemic by curbing travel to the United States, severely halting assumed procedures, turning away most migrants at the U.S.-Mexican border, and suspending the processing of many foreign workers' visas and green cards. He also unveiled Title 42, a very loose and public health law to not assume on pandemic-related grounds. Yes, they will. The administration framed these changes as necessary to limit the risk of contagion and protect American jobs. but critics accuse Trump of using the public health crisis to further his anti-immigration agenda. Some argue that the detention, the portion of migrants during the pandemic fueled the virus spread. Okay. How are state and local authorities handling the issues? States vary widely in how they treat unauthorized immigrants. Some include California and Massachusetts allow undocumented immigrants to apply for driver license, receiving state tuition at universities, and obtain other benefits. Like they did with my daughter, well I'm trying to say with my daughter, Natasha, like she was gonna go to a fake college. They got all her information, that information they gave to them, had to kill off type shit, like, bro. At the other end of the spectrum, a state such as Texas, where the legislation passed a law mandating the local governments and law enforcement agencies cooperate with federal immigration officers. The federal government is generally responsible for enforcing immigration laws, but it delegates some immigration-related duties to state and local law enforcement. However, the degree to which local officials are obligated to cooperate with federal authority is a subject of intense debate. As of 2019, almost one quarter of U.S. countries limited cooperation with ICE, according to the Immigrant Legal Resource Center. The degree to which local officials are obligated to cooperate with federal authorities is a subject of intense debate. President Trump decried the sanctuary jurisdiction and reinstated a controversial Obama-era program known as Secure Communities, which the FBI shares fingerprints of suspects collected by state and local law enforcement with federal immigration authorities. Under the program, state and local agencies also hand over individuals presumed to be in the country illegally. Biden terminated the program shortly after taking office. A range of court rulings during the Trump era increased pressure on states. In 2018, the Justice Department launched a lawsuit against California over sanctuary jurisdictions, which were ultimately dismissed by the Supreme Court. It filed similar suits against New Jersey and Washington. A federal court ruled in 2020 that the Department administration could withhold federal funding from sanctuary jurisdictions, including New York City. Under Biden, the Justice Department had reversed its stance, leading the Supreme Court to dismiss several pending cases. Trump's border security policy prompted different local reactions after Trump called on states to deploy National Guards continuing to the southern border. Several governors refused. Others included Texas Greg Abbott embraced Trump's views and had continued to expand the border wall. And that is the article on the U.S. immigration debates. I feel they should just stay out. Okay, enjoy.